Hi! Welcome to Artistry Collaborative. My name is JoAnn. If this is your first time visiting this channel, well, welcome! We're so glad you're here. And to my subscribers, you know I love you. We have lots of fun at Artistry Collaborative, and we create all kinds of amazing things, usually with Dollar Tree items. We like to explore all types of creativity, and we inspire you to try. That is our theme. We are the home of TriLab. So today we are going to create this snowman in the window. I saw this at Walmart and I thought we can create that with Dollar Tree items. So come along and let's try this together. Okay, this next project, I'm using this canvas. It's a 16 by 20, but if you don't, and I just happen to have it on hand, so that's why I'm using it. But if you don't, you could get 4 8 by 10s at the Dollar Tree and do the same thing, and you actually could eliminate one of the steps that I'm going to do. So I'm taking all this off, and I'm going to take the canvas off of the wood frame. Okay, well, the staples were extremely difficult, so I just cut the canvas off and left the staples in, and it is what it is. So I bought these when I was doing the craft show to put signs in the ground. So these are 36 inches, but you probably can get something similar. You can get dowels definitely at Walmart. But what I'm going to do is I am going to cut these and hot glue them in. So I'm just going to measure. I'm going to lay this flat and I'm just going to measure where this meets. And then this one, I'm going to go this way and do that, and then I'm going to use my Dremel and I'm going to cut them, and I will be right back. So I'm going to glue the first one as close to the front of the wood as I can, because I want this one to go, not this one, this one to go across here. So I need to have some room. Now I need to trim a little bit more, because see how that, well, actually it's okay. Alright, I like that to be a little sturdy. Alright, so I'm going to measure to make sure that it's in the middle. Then I'm going to put some hot glue. And again, I want it towards the front. Okay, so I'm going to put the hot glue towards the front and here. And then I'm going to take my stick and put that right in there. Now, if you are using the 4 8 by 10s, you don't have to do this, obviously, because you're going to have 4 blocks of wood for your window panes. So what you want to do is glue the 4 together and then take some tongue depressors and reinforce them in the back. So put hot glue this between the two, hot glue between the two, hot glue between the two, and hot glue between the two, and that's going to give you a nice sturdy window frame. Alright, and then we're going to glue this one in the middle of this. But again, I have to measure. So this is the middle. Oh, okay, good. Alright, so that's that. And we're going to take that measurement and bring it to the other side. And right there. Alright, so now this one is going to come closest to this side of the wooden frame. Alright, so I'm going to put my glue in here and here, and I'm going to get my stick Okay. And there you have a window. I love it. All right. Now we need to paint it. I'm going to paint my window brown, only because we're going to put a snowman in there, and if I do white with the snowman, it'd be too much white. So let's let me get some paint and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have this bottle of chalk paint by Waverly. You get it at Walmart. It's called Truffle, but any brown or whatever color. Maybe you don't want brown. Maybe you want a nice teal. I don't know. Whatever window frame color you would like. And then we're just going to go in and we're going to paint the entire window with the same color. Okay, and just to add some texture, I'm going to take a little bit of black acrylic and dry brush, which means very little paint on the brush, and it just kind of, well, it ages it, but it also gives it a little more dimension instead of just being one color. Okay, so now I have this placemat from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to make a curtain. And I'm thinking I'm going to cut there, and we're going to, yeah. Now what's nice about this is that it's already finished, so we don't have to glue nothing but the top. So what I'm going to do is just turn this over a little bit and hot glue that on so that it's finished. Just go all the way across. Turn it over. Don't need a lot of glue. I put a little extra on the end. Okay. And then we want to hang our curtain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this end here. And then I'm going to glue this end. And so I'm going to take the middle of that and glue it here. And then I'm just going to keep doing that in the middle, so that it has a little bit of gather to it. So the middle of this and this is here. And the middle of this and this is here. Middle here. And it gives it a gathered look, like a curtain. And it couldn't be any easier. There you go. So now you have a curtain. Isn't that cute? If you want to glue this all the way down, you can. Oh, maybe we should. So. All right, so that's that. So now we have to take our guy, and he's going to go behind the window, like so. I don't want him all the way, but he's going to go behind here. I kind of think he's got to come down a little bit, like that, so we get his whole face. Now, I don't like the hat. I want the hat to be a little bit bigger, and I also want the mitten to be bigger. So I bought a mitten ornament that I'm going to attach, but I'm going to work on the hat. And I'm also going to mark this, because make sure that's where I want it. Yeah. I'm going to cut this part off. Alright, so let's see how we're going to improve on this hat. It's just, I don't know, I think I could make it cuter. But I have to do it on both sides, so I'm going to cut this in half and put a piece here and a piece here to extend the hat. And this time I'm going to use hot glue because I don't want the pieces to go flying. So that. Now we're going to attach this. So I'm going to just put a bead of glue here. Put this like this. And then I want to put a little bit of stuffing in here. I want it to be a little puffier. So, I'm thinking like maybe those little round cotton things you get at the Dollar Tree. Sometimes I overthink things. I'm just going to use more felt. That makes more sense. So, I'm just going to put a bead and place this down. And then I'm going to trim that. And then I'm going to do it again. I could just push this over. Right? No, that's the original. Let's put another bead. Let's do it this way so the glue doesn't build up in one area. Let's just go down. What do you think? One more? Let's do one more. Third time's the charm. Alright, then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to trim it really well. So I'm going to follow the actual outline of the hat. I'm going to take this and just, this is the outside, I'm just going to roll that over. Yeah, much better. I just didn't think that it had enough substance. You can go in and trim the sides. Alright, now we're going to put a little bit of greenery here to just doll him up a little bit. Okay, I have come to really adore this, and I'm pretty sure I got it at Hobby Lobby, and when I went back to get more, I couldn't find it. But isn't that going to be adorable? So, it is what it is. So we're just going to put a bead, and again, if you can't find this, there's so many ribbons, or there's so many things you could use, but I just really like this. No, it doesn't seem to, oh, here's the red. Where's the other red beads? There they are. Like the red showing too. Alright. So, I bought this mitten as an ornament, and now I realize it is not facing the right way. So, looks like I'm going to have to deconstruct this. Because I just wanted his hand to be really big. So, I'm thinking I need to pull this guy apart. Like so. And we're just going to turn it around. And I'm going to, I have some plaid ribbon, so I'll cover this up. But his hand will be nice and big in the window. Okay, so I originally was going to use this one, and what I did is I cut two pieces because it wasn't wide enough to cover that, and I was lining it up so that the pieces match and it would be wide enough. Then I remembered I had some more in the basement, and so these what I have. I have this, and I have this that completely covers it. Now, I kind of prefer this, but because it is burlap and it'll show behind, I'm thinking I have to go with this. Plus, it's a design, and it may pick up that. So yeah, I think we're going to go with this. So, all I'm going to do is cut this and trace it out. Let me get this right. This goes this way. So I need to trace it this way. Alright. The Dollar Tree has the baby mittens, and you could like stuff one of those and use that. Or you don't have to do the mitten part at all. I just like to add some dimension to this very flat Santa snowman. So that's why I'm doing this. And to give you some options of what you see and what you can create. So now we're going to hot glue that onto there. So just put a bead of hot glue. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, JoAnn. I'm telling you, I really need to go back to bed today. Alright, I'm going to take that off. Do it on the inside. This will all come off, luckily. So I just have to wait. Okay, so the glue didn't come off as well as I liked, so I'm going to go over it with glitter glue. But for right now, I want to get it on the window, and I will put the glitter glue once I know it's in place. So we are going to put him into place. Oh, look how cute that is. They even put buttons. That's very cute. Alright. So, I wanted him so you could see him in the window. And then his hand here. But, I'm going to need something to attach his hand. So, we're going to have to bring him up more so that his hand is like that. These are from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to spray it white so that it stands out more. And then this is going to go on here, and it's going to say, "Baby, it's cold outside." Alright, so I got to spray paint that white. But let's put some glitter glue on this guy and get him glittered up. And I want a little bit of greenery on his hat, and we need some glue here. Let's it's going to be it's going to be snowy out. So we're going to put a whole bunch of glue. Not only will it camouflage this ugly line that I did, but just putting some on his hat and his nose. I have this mix of the other snow that they sell from Dollar Tree, and I don't think I want that heavy stuff up there, but now I'm looking at these buttons and I'm thinking, I think I want real buttons on there. So I think we'll add that. And yeah, I think I'm going to paint this black and use a black glitter glue so that it matches his hat. Okay. I'm sorry you have to hear my ramblings, but I think it helps you to see how my mind works, or doesn't. Oh gosh. Alright, so let me see. And of course, this is an afterthought, but if you're going to do this, I don't even know why I say this, because you're probably not going to. I bought this at a store we have here in New England called Christmas Tree Shop. So if you're in New England, you could probably get one of these. But if you're not in New England, you know, you're not going to find this. So I don't know why I'm even telling you all this. But again, no matter where you get it, and if you have to change it up, it's fine. But you would do this before you put it on the piece, because now I have to be careful. It doesn't really matter if I get it on the brown, but I don't want to get it on the... And I'm just going to go around. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm just going to go around the mitten. What is going on? Let's see. There we go. And still don't think it's coming out enough. Very strange. I'm not going to add any more glitter to this. It's already glittery and it doesn't need to be Rudolph's nose. So I'm just going to cover this all up. Although now that I've painted it black, you really can't see all the imperfections from the glue. It's not really that bad. So you don't really have to do this step. There's a lot of steps in here that you didn't really have to do, but I like going the extra mile. Really, I'm thinking about, you know, like we could put a whole piece of acetate behind it, and or we could put the canvas back, like paint a winter background in the back, but we're going to keep it a little simple. Maybe next year we'll do that. But by the way, do not throw away your canvas or canvases, because I will come up with another DIY to use them, because I don't like waste, and they're great for making stuff. We make stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to finish up here, and when this is all dry, we'll come back and we're going to add a snowflake that says, "Baby, it's cold outside," and that'll be that. Okay. Okay, well, it took me longer to pick out buttons than I thought it would. And I ended up going with these huge buttons, but I just really like the texture in them. And so you just want to go in and take the bails off the back to make it as flat as possible. And then we're just going to hot glue this guy on. And then for the eyes, I like it that way. Yeah, I think I like it that way. Or does it look better as an eye? I guess it looks more like an eye if you turn it the other way. Okay. Then I found this from a different Dollar Tree ornament. So I'm just trimming this. It's a little bit big. Still might be too big. I like it. So we'll put some hot glue on that. Put that up there. Alright. And then this is glitter glue, Black Magic from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree definitely has a version of it.